Over in the Horn of Africa, some 22 million people are at risk of severe hunger and malnutrition due to drought. Amid the worsening water crisis, the UN is calling on governments across the continent to invest in what it calls climate-smart solutions. In the latest episode of CNA correspondent Isabel Nakirya finds out whether solar energy is the answer to Africa's water woes.
For years, eager Jamir's hopes for better harvests were tied to this anthill. A 1,000-litre tank placed at the summit, holding the precious water he needs to irrigate his crops. The farmer from eastern Uganda was drawing water from a nearby stream, filling the tank and using a network of pipes to transport it through his garden. But with climate change causing inconsistent rains and long dry spells, harvests have been affected.
It's very challenging. You cannot do it, for example, like in a day, you can water like between 200 to 500 stalks of maize. Then the other day, by the time you finish up the garden, this side is already dry.
Changing weather patterns have put millions in the Horn of Africa at risk of severe hunger and malnutrition. Ethiopia, Somalia, and Kenya have suffered 6 failed rain seasons in a row over the last 3 years, reducing harvests. It's leading many to look for ways to safeguard their crops, including Jamir, who is among just a few farmers to receive a solar pump from the Ugandan government at a subsidized fee. The pumps convert sunlight into electricity needed to move water from a source like a well. But hundreds of others who still rely solely on rainfall are now food insecure, and Jamir says it could lead to devastating consequences.
Initially, people knew that by towards the end of January, we started having rains, which has changed. Everything has changed, really. Now we have just started having some rains, and we are not so sure up to when. We can have this rain for like less than a month and it disappears. So without any support of like irrigation systems, farmers are going to abandon everything. People are going to die of hunger, one. People are going to lose income.
With support from the UK Export Finance, Uganda launched a solar-powered water irrigation initiative in 2021. The $90 million campaign aims to push farmers towards climate-smart solutions rather than diesel-powered pumps to limit carbon emissions. One of the conditions for receiving a pump was already having access to a water source, the reason Jamir was selected. A solar pump goes for $2,000, which many can't afford. After subsidies, Jamir paid about $600. Farmers with no access to solar pumps in this area are having to divert water from the nearby rivers to their farmlands to manually water their crops. But this is a lengthy and difficult process, and not much work can be done. At a recent UN water conference, experts stressed that developing countries need to invest in sustainable solutions to manage climate change.
We must work with local communities to better manage their ecosystems, focusing on improved resilience through nature-based solutions, among others.
The UN's Food and Agriculture Organization warns the current rainy season will be poor, while the World Food Programme expects more people to face food shortages. With the solar water pump, the hope is that Jamir and others like him can continue farming throughout the year, regardless of unreliable rainfall. And those harvests, he says, mean he can keep putting food on the table and earn income. Isabel Nakirya, CNA, Champisi Sub-County, Eastern Uganda.